and welcome back. Welcome to the second part, part B of day 4. This is where a yoga tie will be handy, and we're going to do some work on the abdominal muscles. So coming to lie down when you're ready, knees bent. For further instructions on this, you may like to return to day 3, unless you're used to doing this already. We'll feed the tie through the natural arch we have at the back of the waist. And draw the knees to the chest. Push the back of the waist onto the tie. And you can see how effective you are at doing that by pulling one end of the tie. You can use the other hand on your tummy to feel the abdominal muscles. Using the legs now as a lever, take the knees away, keep pulling on the tie. When the tie becomes loose enough to move, keep the knees there. Use the abdominal muscles to push it back. Push the back of the waist into the tie and hold and breathe. This is stronger the closer your feet are to the floor. Easier the closer your knees are to the chest. So finding a place that's right for you. If you can't get the tie close to the floor, use a scarf or something thicker, or bring the tie nearer to the pelvis. As you continue to work, note the pelvic floor. Ensure you don't push down on the pelvic floor. There's a lot of pressure here in the abdomen now. So with each exhalation, draw up with the pelvic floor. Stay for longer. Lovely way to keep the back safe and work the abdominal muscles. Well done. Very proud of you. Glad you joined in. Absolutely no point watching me. Lots of point doing it yourself. You can come in and out. Stay with that movement if it suits you. Especially if you've got back issues, you may prefer to stay with that version. And many back issues can be helped by increasing strength in the abdominal muscles. So we're going to do another version of increasing that strength. Take the hands behind you, bend the elbows slightly, roll off the sitting bones onto the back of the pelvis. A blanket underneath might make that a bit more comfortable if you've got issues around the tailbone. Stay like that if it suits you. If you wish, you could just bring one thigh roughly parallel to the floor and breathe. Smile, it's good for you. Releasing, swap the other side. So as well as working the abdominal muscles, it's really working the fronts of the thigh as well. Keep swapping legs if that suits you, or both legs at once if that suits you as well. Quite hard work. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Oh. Work for longer if you're stronger than me. Such a good posture. You might like Felix de Beach posture, where you're just arching the spine the other way. That's strong on your backs. Going to continue with this abdominal muscle theme now. Feet on the floor this time. Hands and elbows wherever they're comfortable behind. Roll off the sitting bones onto the back of the pelvis. Draw up with the pelvic floor, in with the abdominal muscles. Reduce the weight going through the hands. Breathe and smile. Stay there if it suits you. If you wish, you can bring one hand forward. Stronger the further you lean back, elbow near the floor. Easier the more upright you are. So choose a place for you. Swapping over sides. Again, minimum weight through the hand behind. Keep smiling, keep breathing, keep lifting the pelvic floor. If you're confident, you could lift both hands at once. The arms work as a lever, so it's easier with the arms out in front, stronger with the hands in prayer position. You might like to work with your breath as you inhale, arms wide, as you exhale, prayer position. Again, stronger the further you lean back, easier the more upright you are. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Think of the good this is doing for you. When you've worked enough for you, return the hands to the floor. Take a deep sigh. This is strong work. Keep going if your abdominal muscles are stronger than mine. And if you can continue for longer, that is really good. When you have done enough for you, just releasing. You might like Felix de Beach posture, just arching the back the other way. You might like lying down and hugging the knees or doing a twist. A little bit of this every day would be so good for us all. Fantastic. Very proud of you all. Well done. Going to do some work to open up the hip joints now. This is where your Thai will be useful once more. Our hip joints can get a bit restricted if we're spending a lot of time, perhaps stationary. So this is a useful posture for hips. Coming to lie on your backs once more. One leg straight, one leg bent. Hug the knee in towards you. For the straight leg, heel away, toes to the ceiling. Hug round the shin or under the thigh. This is exactly the same as we did in day 3. If you're happy, you can take the knee out to the side a little. Keep the other side of the body long and straight. Breath or two there. Return the leg to center and release, and swapping over legs. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. Let the knee come to the side if it will, endeavouring to keep the pelvis level. You can keep the hand on this hip to keep it down if you wish, or take the arm out at shoulder height. Chin gently tucked in. Releasing. When you return to the first side, if you wish, encourage the knee close towards you, and then bring the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. You might find the Thai useful here. We're looking to draw the knee in towards you, sole of the foot towards the ceiling, knee roughly at 90 degrees. If you've got very long arms, you could hold your foot, otherwise use the Thai. If your arms are long enough, you can reach round the inside of the leg and take hold of the big toe side of the foot. And keeping the knee roughly at 90 degrees, you may like to take the knee out to the side, breath or two there, or the opposite side of the body, heel away, pelvis level as it will. Returning to center and swapping over sides. Very similar to how we worked yesterday. One leg straight, one leg bent. Do take care with hip issues. We all have different shaped hip joints, different depths to the joint. The hip joint can face more forward or more out to the side. So you want to feel like you're just stretching the muscles around the back of the leg into the shin. When you return to the first side once more, we'll work with a straight or straightish leg. Again, it doesn't matter how far up your leg comes. Just want to get this sensation of stretch down the back of the leg whilst keeping the pelvis stationary, using the other leg as a weight. Again, if your arms are long enough, you can hold the big toe side, otherwise use a tie, legs straight or straightish. On the hand, balancing the hip or out to the side. And your leg may stay to the ceiling. You may have movement in the hip joint out to the side. Doesn't matter how far your leg goes. Just enjoying the stretch and smiling. Returning. Swapping sides. You can stay for longer with these stretches if it suits you. These are big muscles we're stretching, so longer time in this posture is very beneficial. But when you have finished doing anything you'd like to do, maybe rubbing the legs, maybe hip circles, maybe stretching or bicycle. Very nice. Well done for joining in. We're going to bring that posture to standing now, and a chair will be useful. And as you come to standing, you might like to move and wriggle, do some walking, some tiptoe movements. When you're ready, settling into mountain posture. Weight evenly distributed over the feet, between the front of the feet, the back of the feet, left side, right side, inner edge and outer edge. Aware of the floor beneath and the earth beneath that. A sense of being held, supported, safe. Lengthening from that foundation, little lift of pelvic floor, of breastbone, of top of the head, shoulders relaxed, hands relaxed, face gently smiling, legs straight but don't push back on the knees. Just standing a moment. If you wish, you could use that prana visualization. As you inhale, visualize you're drawing your energy, your life force, from the soles of the feet to the top of the head. And as you exhale, just visualize moving your prana, your life force, from the top of the head to the base of the feet. You can visualize this energy however you wish, maybe as light, maybe as sparkling, like bubbles in water. And the energy creates happiness, creates peace. Release that practice. When you're ready, again doing anything you feel you'd need to do, wriggling, moving the feet, a little bit of walking if you wish. We're going to use a chair now for a variation of hand, big toe posture. It obviously doesn't have to be a chair, anything you have that is the right height. So we're just facing the chair and testing how it feels for you to bring your leg up onto the chair. Mine's actually quite a little chair, so if you want it a bit higher, you can place books or a yoga block on the chair to bring it a little bit higher. We're just going to stand Hopefully with the standing foot facing towards the chair, the heel on the chair, toes lifted to the ceiling, a feeling of stretching into both feet, but don't push back on the knees, especially if you can hyperextend your knees. You want to encourage the pelvis to face forward, not off to one side. Lift the pelvic floor, lift the breastbone, gaze directly ahead. Hands could be prayer position or out wide. Tailbone tends to tuck under, so lift the tailbone. Breathe and smile. If you liked the prana visualization, you can continue that visualization in this posture. Wonderful. We're building up strength in our leg muscles. Also need core, pelvic floor, abdominal muscle work. Swapping over legs. If you feel a little bit wobbly, you could be close to a wall so you can hang on to the wall. Shoulders relax, prayer position if it suits you, hands out wide if it suits you. For a more challenging posture, you could take the hands up to the ceiling. Ensure you're lifting the tailbone. Breath or two, smiling. Nice posture this. You feel like you're taking up a lot of space, making your presence here. Continue working like that if it suits you. If you know you're flexible in the hips and want to work with higher support, you could possibly turn your chair around. If your chair is wooden or hard at the edge there, blanket or something on the chair makes it kinder for the ankles. Maybe like a test or two just to ensure you're right distance from the chair. My chair doesn't feel quite so small now. So the idea, one leg on the chair, stay with the seat of the chair if it suits you. It's only going to work if you happen to be flexible in the hips. Notice the tendency for the tailbone to tuck under, lift the tailbone, standing foot facing forward. Heel away, toes to the ceiling. Lift the tailbone. Might have said that already. Pelvic floor, abdominal muscles working. Prayer position, out wide if it suits you. Challenge posture, arms up. And breathe and smile. Okay. Fantastic, well done. So however far up your leg goes really doesn't matter. It's just this idea of taking up space, stretching, building strength, swapping legs, standing leg facing forward if it will, pelvis facing forward if it will, lift the tailbone. Once more. Pelvic floor, abdominal muscles drawn in. Choose your place for your arms. Wall does help with the balance. Smiling, deepen the breath, feeling strong. Taking up the space. Enjoying this lovely open posture. Releasing when you've worked enough, doing anything you'd like to do. You might like the forward bend over the back of the chair, so heel of the hands on the chair. Walk the feet backwards, feet parallel with each other. If you're a regular student in my classes, you'll know this is my favorite. Knees slightly bent, tailbone reaching behind, crown of the head forward, fingers working, stretching forward, knees slightly bent. You can wriggle. Deepen the breath perhaps. Smiling, ears stretching towards the elbows. And walking forward, rolling the shoulders. Very nice. Return for a moment or two to mountain. Use the prana visualization. Steady, safe, grounded, alive, complete. Peaceful standing. Releasing from mountain, we'll come to a comfortable position now for a relaxation and the prana mudra. This can be done sitting in a chair, sitting upright, or lying on the floor. I'm going to sit in my chair today, seeing as I've got it handy. The prana mudra, the peace gesture, is a practice that works on several layers of our being. The first layer is the physical body. Just noticing your physical body, feet parallel with each other on the floor or on a block if you've got the shorter version of legs or a larger chair. Maybe a little way away from the back of the chair so the spine can be long. Little tone, pelvic floor, shoulders relaxed, head lightly balanced. Prana mudra could be done with the eyes closed or the gaze soft. There's a movement of the arms, palms face towards the trunk of the body. And you lift the arms until they're roughly level with the head, and then open the arms and turn the palms to face the ceiling. And then return the palms together so they face the trunk of the body once more, and return them to the lap. This matches to the breath, lifting the arms as you inhale. Lowering the arms as you exhale. If you need 2 breaths for that movement, it's absolutely fine. You can have a pause part way in the movement if that suits you. As the hands reach the lap, you may like to just engage and then release the pelvic floor, ready for the next inhalation. The visualization that matches with this practice is that of the life force, your life energy, your prana. However that visualization works for you, may be of energy or a colour or light, or sparkles or bubbles, whatever suits you. And as you inhale, visualize your life energy, your sparkling, moving up the trunk of the body, level with the hands. And then you sharing this out to the world around you. And then you're drawing in that which you need from the world around you. Peace, happiness, comfort, love. Drawing it from the top of the head to the base of the spine, where you hold it gently, lift the pelvic floor and release Mula Bandha, ready for the next inhalation. Keep going in your own time. This practice also works lying down, same movement of the arms, but perhaps a bit more comfortable in the trunk of the body. If your arms get tired, you just continue the visualization, but the hands rested. And your life force associated with peace and happiness and love. Sharing to the world. Taking, receiving from the world. Sharing peace, happiness, love with the world. Receiving peace, happiness, and love. Continuing for a few moments longer. When you are ready, just releasing the practice, bringing movement to the physical body, toes and hands and legs and arms and shoulders, head and face, opening the eyes. Have a stretch. And that's the end of day 4. Thank you. Shanti. Peace. Prana mudra can be done anytime, either for long periods of time or just for a breath or two, a quick visit to this visualization, a reminder of all the different layers of yourself. And it's the inner layers that hold your peace, your happiness. Shanti, peace.